If you guys like how I do my chart analysis on YouTube and you want to learn how to do it yourself, click the link below to check out the Vee Trades technical analysis course. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Tesla with the ticker symbol TSLA. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. Here we have the daily chart for Tesla, and you can see that this is kind of looking range bound because we're kind of back at the same price level we were in October of 2021. So kind of looking sideways because we went down and then we went up, and now we're kind of just in the middle of this range. So let's go and throw a parallel channel on here and see if we can find any patterns. So you can see that kind of getting rejected from the top side of this range right around that 1210 level, and it looks like we're finding support at that 766 level. So this looks like the range that prices are respecting currently. We did have an overshoot on the bottom side. You can see that this green candle is below the range support, which is right at that 766 level, and then we came up short on the top side. So that makes sense. If we break out on this side, we can come up short on this side about the same amount, and it does look like it's about the same amount. So that's why we didn't come back all the way up to that 1209 level. So this is showing signs of weakness for the bulls. If they were strong enough, especially this massive uptrend, this micro uptrend, they should have been able to reach at least the 1210 level. So that was a lot of buying that fizzled out pretty quickly. So this might be pretty bearish. We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look at this micro uptrend channel that already has played out. You can see this, all these price bars are inside this orange channel, and then some of it are outside of it, which is the first break, and then we still went up to retest the previous high before reversing. So you can see that short sellers started coming in the market right around that 1084 level. They started taking their positions. They put their stop loss above the swing, and right now they're in a good amount of profit. So right now, if a short seller was take a position, most likely they're going to target the 878 level, because that's the breakout of this swing. So we could come back and test it and then reverse. Some short sellers might be holding on to the position all the way to the bottom of this range, right around the $800 level or the 771 level, and some of them are even holding on for a measured move target. So you can see that this was a measured move target right here. If this was the first impulse down and we start the second one, you can see that some of them are going to be holding their position all the way to the 614 level. So that's a low probability as of right now, since we're so far away from it, and there are a bunch of support levels that can turn prices around. So I wouldn't really hold too much stock into this 617 level until we start breaking out of this yellow range. So most likely, I think short sellers are going to be targeting the 882 level. And then from there, if you don't find any support, the next one is the 764 level, which is at the bottom side of this range. So since we did come up here, that could lead to a breakout on the bottom side, because it does show signs of weakness for the bulls and strength for the bears. Let's see what else I can talk about. You can see that we are in the middle of the range. So this is where we can get some choppiness, and it looks like we're definitely getting those that choppiness, because we're getting 4 bars that are stacked next to each other, instead of other times you can see that it was moving in a particular direction. So we're seeing some congestion at the middle of the range. So there's indecision in the market. Buyers don't know what to do right here, and sellers don't know what to do, because this is a point on the chart where we can go either direction. Just based on the overall market, I highly doubt Tesla will be the only one having a nice uptrend form right now when everything is selling off, especially a tech stock. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking for lower price targets, and we'll go from there. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. Here we have the weekly chart for Tesla, and again, this chart is pretty bullish because we're in a macro uptrend, but we are seeing a micro correction in this macro uptrend. So this was the channel working higher. We had the first break of it, which is right over here. So normally when we get the first break, there's a strong possibility for prices to come back to the previous highs and test it. So we haven't done that yet. So there's also a possibility for prices to maybe bounce at this EMA on the weekly chart and maybe make a second leg up. That's definitely a possibility. But again, if we start seeing these lower price levels being reached, then we got to look for that measure move target that I had on the daily chart right around that 614 level. So right around that 620 level, we can just round it to the 620 level. You can see that that's the starting point of this entire up move. And like I showed you guys numerous times before, whenever we have a strong up move and price starts selling off slowly, it's probably going to be targeting that starting point. So we can either come back 90% of the way or even 100%, and 100% will be right at that 622 level. So right around that 614, 622 level, it can lead to a major bounce up to retest these previous highs. That's if we get down here this low. It's too early to call, so let's just focus on the more closer targets. Like I said before, on the daily chart, focus on the more closer targets before we look at the long-term targets. So this weekly chart is bullish, but we're seeing a correction take place, something like this. This chart is looking similar to, or this pattern is looking similar to what we have right now. So you see that, I'm sure you guys are right now. You can see that we had a top, very similar to what happened over here. We had the sell-off, which was all this price action, and then we saw a rally in the sell-off, which is right here. This is the rally in the sell-off, and then you can see that prices still continued down to retest the previous low, and that's what we're currently doing right now. And you can see that right when we got to that low, we bounced, and right when we get to this low, we could see a potential bounce, which is at the bottom side of the range, right? That 778 level. So again, you could follow the same pattern because usually the market likes to repeat these patterns. So we don't have to reach that measure move target. Just keep your eye on it. If we start breaking down lower and lower, that's probably where they're likely headed. As right now, there is support levels that probably can reverse prices, and that's what we need to focus on right now. So again, this is the bullish uptrend in the grand scheme of things, and we are seeing a correction take place. And we need to find out where the correction can end and reverse prices, and you got to just keep your eye on those key levels. So that's everything I have for Tesla. Again, this is a correction, looking for lower price targets. There's still a bunch of levels that can turn around prices all the way back up to the all-time highs. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.